Welcome to another episode of LMU Tri-State News. I'm Tiffany Duncan.
And to take a look at what is going on around the community, I am Hurley. U.S. News and World Report has placed Lincoln Memorial University on its 2014 up-and-comers list. The publication was released Tuesday, placing LMU at number 7 in the South region. The category was compiled by administrator surveys from the spring of 2013 for the 2014 U.S. News Best Colleges ranking, looking at institutions that are making the most promising and innovative changes in academics, faculty, student life, campus, or facilities. The colleges and universities that appear on the list were cited most often by college presidents, provosts, and admissions deans. LMU earned the same designation a year ago. LMU was selected as the number 7 up-and-coming regional university in the South. The complete up-and-comers list can be found online at www.usnews.com/colleges. LMU also made significant gains in its overall ranking as it moved up 14 spots in the Regional University South to number 66. Last year's number 80 ranking marked the first time the university was listed among the Tier 1 institutions in the South. This week I sat down with Lincoln Memorial President Dr. B. James Dawson. We talk about the university rankings and other LMU news. Here is a little preview about how he feels about where Lincoln Memorial landed on the list.
Oh, of course we all are proud of that accomplishment, and that was one of the things that was announced in the spring. U.S. News and World Report, of course, ranks institutions in various ways. And one of them is the indication that institutions are moving forward rapidly and making tremendous strides and changing as society demands that we must. And so we were listed as the top 10 in the Southeast, and that is a ranking that is created by U.S. News and World Report, judged by our peers, and so it truly is an honor. And it's nice to know that people are recognizing all of the tremendous changes that are occurring here and the way that Lincoln Memorial University is being transformed from the institution that was created as a living memorial to Abraham Lincoln, a liberal arts school, to truly a comprehensive university.
Now, to hear more of what Dr. Dawson has to say, tune in on WLMU-TV directly following the news.
The Hotel Cumberland Gap is nestled at the foot of the Cumberland Mountains inside the Cumberland Gap National Park. For a short period of time, the hotel was used to house Lincoln Memorial students. But in the summer of 2013, a family who has been in the hotel business for many years bought it, and now they are ready for your business. The Hotel Cumberland Gap was built in 1974 and renovated in 2013. The large windows of the hotel face the panoramic view of the mountains that are famous to the pinnacle. Balconies sit on the upper levels of the hotel in the back, overlooking a creek and forest where you can relax and listen to birds and see occasional deer running through the woods. The hotel originally started by a family of brothers who went on to operate 2 hotels in our community. The hotel sits within walking distance of stores, shops, and restaurants in the historic town of Cumberland Gap. Almost all the rooms are equipped with hot tubs, bright colorful furniture, queen and king size beds. The hotel also has a large honeymoon suite that is not only set aside for newlyweds, but is also available for anyone who wants to get away from daily busy life and spend some quiet time while enjoying the beautiful atmosphere. For more information on the Hotel Cumberland Gap, you can visit their website at www.hotelcumberlandgap.net or give them a call at 423-869-3996. The month of September is voter registration month in Claiborne County. We sat down with Administrator of Claiborne County Election Commission, Carolyn Odell, who explains to us what all the buzz is about.
We're real excited because the month of September is National Voter Registration Month. We are trying to encourage people to register if they're not registered, to update their voter registration if they have moved, if they have gone a period of time without voting. They need to check with us. They need to make sure we have all the information that is required and that they're active and ready to go. September 24th is the day that all over the state of Tennessee we are going to be celebrating Voter Registration Month. In Claiborne County, what we've chosen to do, along with Food City here in Tazewell, they are allowing us to set up a table outside their store there. We will be there. We will have a computer with us. We will be able to pull the voter up if they have questions about if they're registered, if their address is correct and everything. We'll be able to look that up for them right there. If there's any changes that need to be made, we will have the applications there that they can complete. And if they are not registered, they can register while we're there. We're real excited. We have just established a website for the election office. It is claibornevotes.com. Anyone who has questions about registering to vote, go to that site. What we're doing, we've been passing these out. Okay, I'm a registered voter, are you? What we've done is ask people to take a picture of themselves and put it on their Facebook, put it on Twitter, all the social networks that we have. We've asked them to spread this out to everybody. Remind folks, we're coming up on a big election year.
For more information on voter registration options and deadlines in Tennessee, as well as to check your current registration status, visit govotetn.com.
Get ready to Kick It for the Kids, the event that is going to take place and raise money to help St. Jude Children's Research Hospital find new treatments for childhood cancer and other catastrophic diseases. The event will be held on Friday, September 27th from 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock p.m. at the Harrogate City Park. There will be face painting and card making to send to children at St. Jude hospitals, along with a cakewalk and bubble stations. At 5 o'clock, there will be a family balloon walk and a 5K race, followed by awards and a special ceremony for those who do or have suffered from childhood cancer. Pre-registration for the event is $10 for adult walkers and $15 for adult runners. To learn more about this upcoming event, you can join their Facebook page by searching St. Jude Childhood Cancer Awareness Walk, or look them up at waystohelp.stjude.org. You can help St. Jude continue its life-saving work against pediatric diseases with your donation and help this group get to their donation goal in participating in an event that you will always remember.
Students look forward to meeting new people, having more freedom, and making a fresh start when they enter college. One thing they don't anticipate is the freshman 15. The freshman 15 is a term used to describe the extra weight gained as students experience freshman year. According to WebMD, 1 in 4 freshmen gain between 10 to 15 pounds in the first semester of college. One main way for students to avoid weight gain is focusing on a healthy lifestyle. Earlier this week, we caught up with the executive chef and nutritionist of LMU's dining services, Adam Gould. He shares the steps taken when preparing meals.
Well, we work on a menu cycle that's sent down from a corporate understanding. We modify it somewhat, but I always try to offer a vegetarian as well as a vegan option, as well as the salad bar with 2 or 3 low-fat dressings. And then we run turkey burgers, which is also a white turkey meat, white turkey, which is, of course, low-fat as well. And then they're also asked, they can take anything from any station and we can prepare it any way they want, so they can also have that option to, modify things to make it healthier as they wish.
Chef Gould had a few tips to fight the freshman 15. Here's how to fill a plate with delicious looking food.
Just a healthier diet. Stay away from, don't eat French fries every day or pizza every day. I know it's hard once you get out and you start getting around to hit the hot, the easy stuff to eat. But, you can ask for things prepared in like a stock or a broth as opposed to oil. The salad bar, of course, is fresh. You can take meats and so forth and integrate them into your other system. Just stay away from the starches. Not every once in a while is fine, but it's not every day the starches, the hamburgers, the pizzas. Spread your menu out, your diet out a little bit, and try to get some vegetables and some leaner proteins.
Chef Gould recognizes some students have specific needs, such as avoiding food allergies. He and his staff try their best to accommodate those needs.
Well, gluten is now turning into a larger problem. We are going to start introducing a gluten-free program to accommodate the students with that condition. Though we are going to start. Actually, basically, a student can come to us with a food allergy, and we'll do our best to take care of what they need to do. We'll carry their special milks or their special proteins. We'll hold it for them and prepare them the way they'd like it prepared.
Chef Gould executes the menu while the planning comes from Sodexo corporate nutritionist. The menu is revealed once a week to dining halls and students. The menu can be found at www.lincolnmemorialuniversitydining.com. Students can have a say in what is served. Chef Gould explains how students can get what they want.
We online through Facebook, as well as our Sodexo online website, as well as comment cards. A student can fill out a comment card, give me a suggestion they wish, and then we'll work as hard as we can to get it into the system. As they can also bring recipes they like from home or something of that nature, and again, we'll work to get it in the system, get it into our menu system.
A healthy diet is a good way to fight the freshman 15, but there are other options, such as living an active lifestyle. Students of Lincoln Memorial University can take advantage of a bike-friendly campus. Here's Monique Derrico with more on that story.
What you see here is where the bike program here at LMU houses the bikes to check out to students periodically. The bike program is fairly new on campus, and I had the chance to talk to the program's director, Turner Bowling, about the origins and impact of the program on campus.
I mean, the response has been incredible. We have 20 rental bikes right now. That was our first fleet that we purchased last year, and in that first year, we averaged 26 rentals a day. So it's been fantastic. I mean, if anything, the response has been, we want more. So. Right now, the rental hub is at the Greek patio at the Student Center. Students come to my office to check their bike out. I give them the key, and then they go to the bike hub, unlock it, and get their bike there, take it with them. We have plans for bike racks at all residence halls and classroom facilities. We hope to have dedicated space for bike maintenance, maybe a rental shop. We want to have shelters over the bike racks so that students can bring their own bikes, leave them outside, feel good about that, know that they won't be, they won't rust, they won't be exposed to the elements. So we have lots of plans. Bike lanes, we have some bike lanes in place already. We want to have repair stands, in key locations on campus where students can, pump up their tires if need be. They can find tools, lots of things. We've got all sorts of plans.
For LMU's Tri-State News, this is Monique Derrico reporting. Back to the studio.
Thank you for that report, Monique. An investigation leads to the arrest of a second man being charged in connection with a marijuana growing operation. 22-year-old Christopher Collette of Middlesboro is facing charges of growing marijuana. Collette was allegedly growing marijuana on the front porch of a residence in Middlesboro. Originally, Angus Davis was arrested on the charge. Davis then claimed that the marijuana belonged to Collette. According to the citation, officers were dispatched to the home to investigate the marijuana growing on the front porch. Collette was arrested and released from custody on bond. The man allegedly involved in a shooting on July 4th is now indicted by a Bell County grand jury. 38-year-old Albert Ray Durham of RJ is indicted on 7 counts of endangerment and for being a convicted felon in possession of a handgun. At approximately 8:30 p.m. on July 4th, the state police said they received a call in reference to a shooting in the Bell County community. Preliminary investigations indicated that Durham went to a residence at Garnett Loop and fired multiple shots at the homeowners. Timothy Ogan returned fire at Durham. During the exchange, Durham was shot. He was then flown to the UK hospital for treatment of his injuries. According to reports, the families involved had been in a dispute.
The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, the United States Marshals Service, and the Franklin County Sheriff's Office wanted murder suspect 46-year-old David Jenkins for his involvement in the murder of Corey Matthews on March 4th, 2013 in Cowan, Tennessee. Jenkins was charged with first-degree murder and felony murder in the death of Corey Matthews. On September 10, 2013, during an investigation, Lea County, New Mexico Drug Task Force members arrested Jenkins without incident in Hobbs, New Mexico. The Roswell, New Mexico Marshal's Office assisted in the arrest. David Jenkins is being held in the Lea County, New Mexico facility pending extradition to Tennessee. A woman remains in jail for 10 days on contempt of court after standing up in court defending her fiancé. 31-year-old Jackie Owens appeared in the audience of the courtroom Thursday when her fiancé, Eric Rash, was given 6 months in jail on drug charges. According to reports, the man was facing drug charges and was given his sentence when the woman stood up in court declaring the drugs were hers. The judge then gave her 10 days in jail for disruption in the courtroom, charging her with contempt. She remains in jail with no bond, and her fiancé will remain in jail for the next 6 months.
We hope that you have been following my Here at Home series and keeping up with the volunteer opportunities in the community. I believe that those who have a soft spot for animals will particularly enjoy this feature. Do you like to spend your days snuggling and playing with fur babies? You know, like snuggly dogs or cuddly kittens? Well, if that sounds like you, then I know exactly the place for you to be. I traveled to New Tazewell to speak with the volunteer coordinator of the Claiborne Animal Shelter. Today, he explains to me exactly what the animal shelter does.
What the animal shelter does is we take in animals that are abused, neglected, unwanted, or stray. We make sure that they get full medical exams. They get spay and neutered. They get their shots and their vaccines. And then what we try to do is adopt them out to families who will show them love. The folks here at the shelter provide socialization, provide training, provide care for the animals so that when they go to a home, they're behaved and they're ready to settle in with their forever families.
One of the biggest needs at the Claiborne Animal Shelter is volunteers. Here, I find out exactly what the volunteers do each day.
We welcome volunteers to come in to give us a hand. Morning, afternoon, we're open till 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And as I say, even if it's just a couple hours a month, your time will be well worth it and we'll be very thankful for it. There's a core of volunteers that come in every morning at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning and starts cleaning the cages, start taking the pups out, start getting the kittens' cages cleaned. What we need is volunteers to fill in around them, but they're never enough. We have so many opportunities and so many positions that need to be filled, whether it's a bark buddy who walks the dogs and takes them out, if they're a kitty cuddler and they just want to sit in the rooms and play with the kittens and cats, if they're looking to get a little bit more hands-on in the veterinary area. Every Thursday we run our spay and neuter clinic, and we always need volunteers to help in the clinic, care for the animals before and after their surgeries. We always need people to come in to help clean cages. And I mean, even if it's just to come in and tear up newspaper to put down on the puppies' cages, you know, a month, an hour or two a month will be a big help, and we won't turn away anybody. We'll be glad to help take anybody that wants to volunteer.
Anyone is welcome to volunteer at the shelter, including minors, but they do have one special request.
Your volunteers under 18 years of age, we do ask that the parents volunteer with them. Anybody that's over 18 is more than welcome to come in on their own. We do ask that you sign a release both for injury and for photographs, because we do take pictures as we go through the day. They get posted on our Facebook page. They get posted to other animal shelters who are looking for animals. So we ask that, you know, you don't mind people taking your picture as you go.
Larry tells me exactly how long he has been volunteering with shelters and what the experience means to him personally.
I've been involved with animal shelters for 13 years. I started off in Pittsburgh. When I moved to Indianapolis, was involved there, and then down in Orlando, Florida. Because I can't afford to donate money, but I do have time, I just find it very rewarding to come in and help the animals as best I can.
I hope you've enjoyed this segment. Stay tuned as I continue my journey finding more volunteer opportunities here at home with Ashley Hurley. Now for a look at what has been going on in sports, let's turn to LMU Tri-State Sports with Adam Plyler.
Welcome to LMU Tri-State Sports. I'm Adam Plyler. Let's start this week with Lincoln Memorial University soccer. The men's team played twice this past week with expectations high coming into the season. In the first game of the week on September 8th, the Rail Splitters saw a 2-goal advantage slip away to Alabama Huntsville. Sophomore Pedro Villa broke the 0-0 tie in the 26th minute to give the Rail Splitters the 1-0 advantage. The game became tied, so overtime was needed. In the 98th minute of the game, Kyle Simmons knocked the ball in the back of the net for the opposing team for the win. The Rail Splitters traveled to Dahlonega, Georgia Wednesday afternoon to play the North Georgia Nighthawks. LMU jumped out to an early lead and never looked back. Led by striker Mario Pinto, the Rail Splitters won 4-0 for their first win of the season, improving their record to 1-2. They opened South Atlantic Conference play on the road Saturday against newest member Coker College. The Lady Rail Splitters were in action twice last week. In their first matchup, they played to a 0-0 tie on September 8th at Alabama Huntsville to move their record to 1-0-1. The Lady Rail Splitters finished with a 14-9 shot advantage in the tie. They continued road action on Wednesday on the road against North Georgia College. LMU struck early in the second half on a goal by Nicole McKinney to lead 1-0. The Lady Nighthawks scored 2 unanswered goals late in regulation to take the 2-1 victory. We continue with part 2 of our investigation into heat stroke awareness. Adam Haley digs deep to find out what is being done at the high school and youth levels.
With the summer months coming to an end, football season becomes the primary high school sport outside. Hot days combined with high humidity has always been associated with the tri-state area in August and in September. When all of these are present, the threat for heat stroke is something players, trainers, and coaches have to worry about. This week, we had a chance to talk to Claiborne's head football coach, Barry Lyles, about what he does on the practice field to prevent that from happening.
You know, we give them quite a few water breaks over the course of a day. We have a meter that we take out with us to check the actual temperature when you've got the humidity and the temperature together. So we try to keep that monitored, and then if it's really hot outside a lot of days, we'll put them over in the shade for 5 or 10 minutes and just get them out of the heat for a little while to give them some extra breaks.
One advantage both Claiborne High School and Cumberland Gap High School have on their sidelines on football Friday nights is the LMU athletic training staff. We asked Coach Lyles about the communication between the athletic training staff and his coaching staff.
They, they also do a good job monitoring kids. We're telling our kids every time they come off the field to be drinking water, whether you're thirsty or not, especially early in the season, because by the time that you start to show signs of cramps or heat illness, we're too late trying to get enough fluids in you for you to stay in a ball game. So, we're on them that every time they come out of a ball game to be drinking water, regardless of whether they're thirsty or not.
Coach Lyles and his staff try to prepare their team through the week for game day. And you will hear he doesn't tell the team to drink Gatorade and Powerade, but instead drink water.
Well, the biggest thing is we try to hydrate them all week. We really work on starting on Monday or Tuesday, making sure that they're drinking enough fluids so that they are able to handle it in a ball game. Luckily, right now we only play probably 1 quarter or so with the sun out before it starts to go down and the temperatures start to fall. And, the referees during the ball games, if it's a hot evening, they'll always give us 1 or 2 extra timeouts that are official timeouts so that we can get water and get another break in there that we may or may not get because of normal timeouts.
Heat stroke is not necessarily something a lot of people will think of as problems at football games, but it can be deadly. When outside, know to take breaks, and when cramping and feeling dizzy, just know it's time to stop. Reporting for LMU Tri-State Sports, I'm Adam Haley.
Let's take a look at local high school football action brought to you by the ADA Sports Report. Let's take a look at the scores from last week. Claiborne edged Cumberland Gap 29-21 in Thursday night action. Middlesboro beat Pineville 42-20. Bell County upended Whitley County 21-14. Campbell County got their 3rd win of the season, improving to 3-0, beating Knox Central 28-21. Union County coming off their first win, lost the tough Gatlinburg-Pittman team 48-20. North Green beat Hancock County 15-14. Thomas Walker lost the lead 47-6. Let's take a look at games from this week. Middlesboro will play Bell County in the Bell County rivalry game. Union County will travel up to Claiborne to play the Bulldogs. Cumberland Gap travels to Sullivan East to play the Patriots. Anderson County travels to Campbell County. Campbell County looking to go 4-0 for the first time in a long time. McCreary Central travels to Pineville. Hancock County travels to Midway. And Thomas Walker travels to Castlewood. Let's look at the Blue Ridge Athletic Conference standings from last week. Greenville, Granger, and Claiborne all in first place with 1-0 marks. You can see their overall records on the right side. Chucky Doe, Cumberland Gap, and West Green tied for 4th place at 0-1. You can see their overall records on the right side as well. For the most comprehensive high school football coverage in the tri-state area, tune in to the 88 Sports Report on 91.3 FM, 740 AM on your radio dials, and on television media stream channels 4 and 20. Also listen and watch online at www.913thegap.com. Ashley and Tiffany, take it home.
Mark your calendars for the upcoming Halo 4 tournament hosted by Lincoln Memorial University. LMU's Information Services Department has chosen to support the Child's Play charity with this event. The tournament is scheduled for Saturday, September 28th at the Cumberland Gap Convention Center in Cumberland Gap. Registration will begin at noon and the tournament will get underway at 1 p.m. The tournament is sponsored by Mad Cats, Triton, and CDW. The event is part of Project Xbox. Project Xbox is a charitable event where organizers may choose to donate all proceeds to a local charity. It is open to players of all skill levels and will feature 2 versus 2 action, and spectators can watch the action on projection screens. Child's Play is a charitable organization set up to bring books, toys, and games to children in 70 hospitals worldwide. For more information or to register, you can visit Hochella.com. Registration is $20 per team with a limit of 32 teams.
The Lincoln Memorial University Annual Alumni Association golf tournament teed off Friday morning. The outing was held at Woodlake Golf Course in Tazewell. This annual event brings in alumni from all areas of the country back to our community in support of the Lincoln Memorial Alumni Association. 78 golfers hit the links for the Scramble event. LMU staff and faculty members joined alumni for the outing. Among the golfers was Dr. B. James Dawson, president of Lincoln Memorial University, Mike Smith, associate athletics director and compliance officer, and Scott Erland from the sports information department. Well, thank you for joining us for another episode of LMU Tri-State News. I'm Tiffany Duncan.
And for everyone behind the scenes, I'm Ashley Hurley with this week's LMU Tri-State News Update.